New York City's deadliest fire in more than 30 years hit a Bronx apartment high-rise Sunday morning. Here are the details. At least 19 people were killed in a fire at a Bronx apartment high-rise on East 181st Street on Sunday, including 9 children, according to the New York Times. The commissioner of the New York City Fire Department said the fire was started by a malfunctioning space heater in a bedroom of a third-floor apartment at the building. Once the fire spread through that apartment, those inside ran out, but left the door open as they did so. Although this did not mean the fire spread far beyond the apartment, it helped fuel it and allowed the smoke to spread through the whole building, causing the fatalities. Firefighters arrived within 3 minutes of the fire starting, just before 11 a.m., and a spokeswoman for the property owner said the fire alarm system was working with no known issues with smoke detectors. Several residents told the New York Times that the fire alarms were frequently triggered and, as a result, were often ignored. The building is known to house working-class families, with many depending on rental assistance. Consolidated Edison said utility workers had discovered in August that the gas line to a restaurant on 2nd Avenue had been illegally tapped. This led Con Edison to shut down gas service to the building for about 10 days while the building owner made repairs. The plan was to put in a bigger line to serve the entire building. However, Con Edison inspectors who visited the building last Thursday determined that the upgrade didn't pass inspection and locked the line. Soon after, a restaurant's owner on the first floor of the building smelled gas. A general contractor was alerted instead of 911 or Con Ed officials. The general contractor and the restaurant owner's son went into the basement, where they opened a door before an explosion took place.
The Grenfell Tower cladding used flammable polyurethane foam in between 2 aluminum sheets, with an air cavity separating it from the insulation and outer wall. During the fire, the aluminum face fell away, exposing and igniting the flammable foam inside. The air cavity also acted like a chimney, helping spread the flames upward through the building. The fire started from the 4th floor and spread to the top in less than an hour. 11 other buildings in Britain have been found to have the same cladding.
The blaze broke out in central Paris on Wednesday morning. Police believe the fire was caused by an arsonist with a candle and lighter. A small fire in the building's letterbox first brought firefighters to the scene at 2:23 a.m. Then, at 4:30 a.m., a witness saw a car parked in front of the building with several men inside. A second fire broke out on the building's ground floor and made its way to the stairwell and upper floors. 6 people, including 2 children, died of asphyxiation on the building's 3rd and 5th floors. 2 others died after jumping from the building to escape the fire. 15 other buildings in the area have been affected by the blaze.
The Marco Polo Tower is located near the famous Waikiki neighborhood in Honolulu. The building has 36 floors and 586 units. It was built in 1971, before sprinkler systems became mandatory in high-rises in the city. The fire broke out in a unit on the 26th floor, where 2 women and a man were found dead. The blaze then spread to the units adjacent and immediately above, on the 27th and 28th floors.
Up to 1,000 firefighters were still struggling on Friday to extinguish blazes at an industrial site in Tianjin. Foreign experts told Reuters that firefighters initially used water on a blaze in a warehouse that stored volatile chemicals, which may have caused 2 huge explosions. The warehouse was storing mainly ammonium nitrate, potassium nitrate, calcium carbide, and at least 700 tons of sodium cyanide. Warehouses stocking dangerous materials must be at least 1 kilometer away from surrounding public buildings and main roads, but there were 2 residential compounds, roads, 2 hospitals, a convention center, and a football pitch nearby. During rescue operations, some police wore no protective clothing, while others had full-face gas masks, although an environmental expert said that according to toxic gas indicators, the air should be safe to breathe. Greenpeace warned, however, on Thursday that rain could transfer airborne chemicals into water systems.
The causes of the tragic Champlain Tower South building collapse in Miami, Florida may be becoming clear, with evidence and testimony from various experts pointing to key weaknesses in the building structure. Here are the details. 11 people have been confirmed dead and 150 people are unaccounted for after a residential building collapsed in Surfside, Florida on Thursday, according to CNN. The cause of the collapse is not yet known. However, a 2018 engineer's report described the flat surface around the pool deck as a major error because it allowed water to build up on top of it. The buildup caused major structural damage to the concrete slab below, according to the report. Inside the parking garage beneath the pool deck, the report noted both cracks in the columns and cracks to the ceiling, with some previous repairs to these cracks deemed unsuccessful due to poor workmanship. This account was corroborated by a commercial pool contractor who saw significant water damage directly below the pool just 36 hours before the collapse, according to the Miami Herald. The contractor said he also saw large pools of standing water in the parking garage and was told by one building employee that they pumped the pool equipment room so frequently that pump motors had to be replaced every 2 years. The building structure may also have been affected by the fact that it had been sinking at a rate of 2 millimeters per year in the 1990s, according to a Florida International University study published in the Ocean and Coastal Management Journal. However, the study's author was cautious about declaring this a cause of the collapse. According to the Miami Herald, moments before the collapse, a woman who was inside told her husband on the phone that she had seen a sinkhole form where the pool used to be outside her window. 6 engineering experts interviewed by the newspaper said that based on publicly available evidence, a structural column or concrete slab beneath the pool deck likely gave way first. 5 days on from the collapse, the rescue effort continues, with rescuers having arrived from Israel and Mexico to help with the operation, according to the BBC. Machinery has moved large slabs, and a trench measuring 125 feet long and 40 feet deep has been built to help reveal any potential air pockets in the wreckage. The rescue process itself is a delicate operation because moving large pieces of wreckage can affect other large pieces of wreckage, according to one retired fire chief who spoke to CNN. "You don't want to cause more damage if they are, in fact, alive there," he said. Meanwhile, a wider discussion about building safety in the area is already underway. The vice mayor of Sunny Isles Beach, the city in which the building was located, told CNN there are plans to check 59 buildings nearby that are around the same age as the one that collapsed. What's more, the first individual lawsuit has already been filed against the Champlain Tower South Condominium Association by a resident who survived the collapse, according to CNN. The resident's attorney said his client is looking for an undisclosed amount of financial compensation as well as a jury trial. Both of those moves came as awkward new details about the building's safety history continued to come to light. According to minutes from a November 2018 board meeting seen by the Miami Herald, a month after the 2018 engineer's report noted major structural damage to the building, the chief building official for the town of Surfside told residents it was in very good shape. Asked about it this week, he said, "I don't know anything about it. That's 2018. Quite clearly, there are questions to be asked of local authorities and the building's board. However, accountability for the disaster may take a long time to achieve." At a press conference on Monday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said an investigation conducted by the National Institute of Standards and Technology would take a long time, and some of those involved in building management are already making their cases. According to the New York Times, a lawyer representing the condominium association that runs the building said Saturday that its board had taken out a $12 million line of credit to pay for the repairs recommended in the 2018 engineer's report, which, furthermore, the Miami Herald says was actually commissioned 3 years in advance of a required 40-year recertification process. Work on the roof had in fact already begun at the time of the collapse. Regarding the timing of the repairs, the Condominium Association's lawyer insisted the board had not been warned in the 2018 report that any existing damage to the building made it unsafe. If there was anything in that report that really outlined that the building was in danger of collapse or there was a hazardous condition, would the board and their families be living there? The lawyer asked. According to the New York Times, one board member is missing in the collapse, as are her adult children. However, the authors of the 2018 engineer's report have also had their say on the collapse. Defending its work, Morabito Consultants said, among other things, our report detailed significant cracks and breaks in the concrete, which required repairs to ensure the safety of the residents and the public. Morabito's report said most of the concrete deterioration in the parking garage needs to be repaired in a timely fashion, but did not suggest any collapse was imminent. Responsibility in these situations is a complicated and complex concept. More than one thing has gone wrong for something this catastrophic to take place. Individuals will have to answer questions, but intersecting systems must be interrogated too. On Monday, Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava vowed to get to the bottom of what went wrong, and when questioned by CNN over whether Florida was a state in which real estate developers have more power than regulators, she was clear. "I know there's going to be changes in the law. There will be changes at the state and at the county and the city levels, and we have already started to the initiation of some changes that we could take administratively, and I know our county commission is going to be taking action." Tragedies often operate as turning points for poor systems, and the Miami-Dade County mayor made that point explicitly. We have the best building code possible based on Hurricane Andrew's lessons learned. Sad, but true. We're going to learn from this devastating experience as well.
For more news animations and explainers, hit the subscribe and bell button to join the TomoNews family. Thanks for watching.